James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain Scent Boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
Your one stop for advertising? Call 844-844-IHEART.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Fox Sports Radio. Miami's Fox Sports 940.
Greatness is here.
Best damn sports talk on your radio. Miami's Fox Sports 940.
Yeah.
Best damn sports talk on your radio. Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. We are Fox Sports. Here's what you need to know on Fox Sports 940 Miami.
The Marlins back at Lone Depot this evening to take on the Astros in the second game of this three-game set. Fish lost the opener 8-2 to snap a five-game winning streak. Cal Quantrill getting the start for Miami. It's a 6:41 pitch. Marlins on deck with Steven Strom gets things going at 6 here on the flagship. Dolphins gearing up for their preseason opener in Chicago versus the Bears. The two teams going to take part in joint practices this week leading up to that game, which happens Sunday at 1 at Soldier Field. The Miami Dolphins Baptist Health pregame show kicks things off at 11 a.m. on 610 WIOD and your iHeartRadio app. Make sure you preset Fox Sports 940 and WIOD so you don't miss a minute of the action this season. South Florida's Teddy Bridgewater visiting Tampa today, expected to sign with the Buccaneers, according to ESPN. Bridgewater suspended from his position as Northwestern's head football coach after he says he self-reported paying for players' Uber rides, meals, and recovery services last season. And Texas, the number one ranked team heading into the college football season, according to the first USA Today coaches poll. Florida number 17, Miami is 10th. I'm Will Althoff, Fox Sports 940 Miami.
From Fox Sports 940, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Good start, Ahmed. Welcome. We're live from Lone Depot Park on a Tuesday night in the Magic City. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 112 of 162, and last night the Fish saw their 5-game win streak snapped 8-2. The homestand record still holds at 3-1, and tonight Clayton McCullough's squad looks to return serve with an arm who's found a groove. Cal Quantrill has allowed 1 run over his last 16 frames across 3 starts. He will look to steer the ship in the right direction. And how about this? The Marlins are looking to avoid losing a series for the first time since July 6th. We're pumped to bring you Game 2, this middle game of this 3-game interleague set between the now 63 and 50 Houston Astros and your 55 and 56 Miami Marlins. It's a bullpen day for the Astros. They own a 1.93 ERA over their last 5 games from the pen, and they've got overall a 3.37 ERA. That's 4th best in baseball. We did get word, though, that old Marlin, Steven Okert, the southpaw, will open and get his 4th career start for the Houston Astros. We mentioned Quantrill, 30-year-old right-hander, who will make his 22nd start of the season and his 5th career against the Astros. Tonight, of course, we get going at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Tuesday night with Jack McMullen and Kelly Sacco. I'm Steven Strom. We got a fabulous show ahead. We thank you for your participation. We'll first hear a couple of bites from Clayton McCullough this afternoon. Cool story that we've kind of known the last couple of months. Javier Sanoja's connection with Jose Altuve. We'll get some sound on that. We will also get you ahead the count with Cal Quantrill and now again Stephen Okert, who will open for Houston. Jack and Kelly will talk about Tuesday's contest in segment 4. Our X-Poll question today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So this is untraditional. It's something new. We've seen it. Tampa Bay Rays, I guess, started it with the opener. The Marlins will see an opener tonight in Stephen Okert for the Houston Astros. Got a chance to chat with Clayton McCullough earlier today on what the challenge is against a team that decides to go with the pen.
You attack like Okert's starting the game. You just like how would you score off of Okert if it was the 7th inning? Like there's no need to get in there and like see pitches to try to drive up pitch count. Whether they have a set determined spot where they're looking to, eject him for someone else. I think you treat relievers like relievers and, you try to go score off him in the first inning like you would if he came into another part of the game.
Was Clayton McCullough regarding the bullpen game. Last time the Marlins faced an opponent that decided to go in this direction, May 5th, Jack O'Dwyer. Now, one individual that cracked the lineup, Javier Sanoja, for good reason. This guy has hit a couple of home runs over the weekend, 2 against the New York Yankees, hit a home run last night in a pinch hit situation. Last 5 plate appearances for Javier Sanoja. He has 3 long balls to show for. I also asked Clayton McCullough, on this team, the way that this league is trending, can a guy hit his way into a lineup like Sanoja?
Didn't force my hand. I think with today's lineup, with them using an opener, you're not really sure how things are going to play out, and some of this game will be reading, reacting with who enters for them, and at which spot some of these places in the lineup come up with moment in the game, and if we decide to do something differently. But maybe thought more today about balancing out the lineup a little bit with a little bit more right and left to just spread things out in a days like this that can you're just not really sure which way they're going to turn with how they deploy the remaining of their bullpen guys.
Well, regardless if you can force your way into the lineup, we will see Javier Sanoja tonight batting 9th and playing third base here tonight. We have more on Javier Sanoja and the connection with Jose Altuve. They don't just have the same height and weight. They also aren't from the same place. They have so many similarities. They also have formed a little bit of a connection. We will have more on that next. 6:40 first pitch. Game 2. Marlins looking to bounce back on the Marlins Radio Network.
Good questions, but it's not as easy as the guy that worked for the New York Post.
First pitch to Troy Johnston, ripped into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It short hops off the wall in the corner. They're going to hold Pauly at third, but Hernandez comes in to score from second. His first plate appearance in Miami. He's good based on the skill set. Kyle Stowers was bad for a month this year after he was amazing for 2 months and amazing for 2 more. Stowers hits one high in the air down the left field line, playable for Dominguez in foul ground. He makes the catch, but Johnston will tag and score from third base. It was in fair territory. If it was in foul ground, Dominguez might have let it drop, but he did make the catch. It plates another
75 and 49 or
49
yeah.
something crazy.
There's a shot deep right field. Going back is Bellinger. He looks up and it is gone. Kyle Stowers has done it again. This time a 3-run shot off the lefty. 6-1 Miami. Marcy looking for his first major league RBI. Rips one deep to center. Grisham going back, turns back, looking out, backhander, off the glove. It hits the wall. Marcy rounding second. He will get his first major league RBI and his first major league triple. 7-3 Miami, and the rookie does it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, just getting recognized for anything that you do in this game is always really special. I don't take it for granted. Honestly, just kind of more stoked about how we've been playing in all sincerity, and just hope we can keep that going. It feels good to just play winning baseball. What we've done the last couple months, I think, is just kind of take things one day at a time, kind of flush the previous day regardless of whether it was good or bad. And, what great teams do is they prepare to win every day. It's not
like Terminix.
0-1. Sanoja hammers out to left and deep. Did he do it again? Yeah, he did. Javier Sanoja with a multi-homer day on Friday. He sits 3 days in a row, and off the bench, a pinch hit homer. power threat, Javier Sanoja. It's 6-1. Marlins on the board in the bottom of the seventh.
Maybe it's not fair because he's 5'7", 170, but every time Javier Sanoja hits one out of here, you kind of gasp. But we've seen it a couple of times over the last couple of days, 2 against the Yanks, 1 yesterday against the Astros. Welcome back here to Marlins on Deck. Steven Strom, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Jack McMullen and Kelly Sacco have your call at 640. It'll be Cal Quantrill who will go opposite Stephen Okert in a bullpen day for the Astros. So, look, this connection between Javier Sanoja and Jose Altuve is pretty cool. And baseball provides a lot to people. But as a kid, this game gives you your heroes. And for Javier Sanoja, his hero was and still is Jose Altuve, 9-time All-Star and 2-time World Series champion. And it's fitting for so many reasons. Sanoja still plays the game like a kid. So why change who you look up to? And I mean that in the best possible way for Sanoja, who personifies playing with passion, with this mentality that there's no tomorrow. And I think a freedom that I'm sure a ton of players desire to have. Now, another reason why there's a connection here is they're both from Venezuela. They grew up an hour and 20 minutes away from their birthplaces, and Sanoja became attached to him because of his talent, but he can also relate to him. Jose Altuve is 5'6". This is what he listed at. 5'6", 167 pounds. Sanoja, 5'7", 170 pounds. And with more, here's my conversation this afternoon with Javier Sanoja and, of course, the great team translator, Louis Durante. Javier, when was the first time you watched Jose Altuve play?
Cuando el equipo me invitó, uno de esos, para completar el juego en Spring Training. Ahí fue la primera vez que lo vi y lo reconocí. De verdad, me emocioné mucho. Y ayer estaba mucho más emocionado.
Yeah, the first time was when the team invited me to those spring training invites that you go in just to finish the game in Jupiter, and I was able to watch him. But yesterday was actually the most exciting part.
Was yesterday the most meaningful home run, and did you have conversations with him after the game?
Sí, mira, el honrón es parte del juego y gracias a Dios pude conectar ese honrón, pero no recibí ningún mensaje de él, pero espero hablar con él hoy. De verdad me emocioné mucho porque ayer fue un día como los line-ups estaban oficiales, estaba mi nombre y el nombre de él. Yo creo que ayer me sentí como que cumplí mi sueño.
Yeah, well, the home run is just part of the game. You know, I enjoy the home run. I didn't get any message from him, but just the fact that yesterday was that type of game that both lineups, you can see our names together, so it was kind of official for me.
Has the conversations changed with him now that you're a big leaguer?
Sí, mira, yo creo que, bueno, seguimos siendo el novato, él sigue siendo el veterano, pero yo creo que durante la temporada le estuve escribiendo porque tuve algunos malos pensamientos y de verdad estaba fuera un poco y me estaba yendo a otro lado, pero yo le escribí y él me habló de la mejor manera y me ayudó. Yo creo que eso me llenó de mucha más confianza para yo pasar la página.
Well, I'll say, I'm still the rookie. He's the veteran player. So during the offseason, we had several conversations. When I was having bad thoughts, going to bad path, and he helped me out. We had a conversation, and I was able to get back to my path, and it's great just to have that mentor.
Last one. What's the best advice he's given you?
Que haga swing duro. Como él lo hace, yo creo que es emocionante verlo jugar porque siempre está agresivo con todos los picheos. Y bueno, trataré de hacer eso mismo, agregarlo a mi rutina para ver si sale algo parecido.
Yeah, just swing hard, just the same way he swings. And I think it's something I have to add to my routine, and hopefully, I can get the same result as he do.
Gracias, chicos.
Gracias.
Very good, Javier Sanoja, Louis Durante Jr. Again, Javier Sanoja, a pair of home runs against the Yanks over the weekend, and then yesterday in a pinch-hitting situation, Javi's got 4 on the year. I remember his first one in Philadelphia was a huge one earlier in the year, but cool stat last night, by the way, for Javier Sanoja and Derek Hill. They both came on as pinch hitters. They became the second pair of Marlins in franchise history to hit back-to-back pinch hit home runs. Javi back in the lineup tonight, hitting 9th and playing third base. Derek Hill available off the bench. We'll break here. We'll get you out of the count. Cal Quantrill, Stephen Okert will open for the Houston Astros, but Joe Espada will go with a bullpen day overall, assuming Okert will go probably just one inning. He has struggled. We will get you ahead of the count next. He struggled in that opening position. We're back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Good questions. But it's not as easy as the guy that worked for the New York Post.
First pitch to Troy Johnston, ripped into the right field corner. That is a fair ball. It short hops off the wall in the corner. They're going to hold Pauly at third, but Hernandez comes in and scores from second. His first plate appearance in Miami. He's good based on the skill set. Kyle Stowers was bad for a month this year after he was amazing for 2 months and amazing for 2 more. Stowers hits one high in the air down the left field line, playable for Dominguez in foul ground. He makes the catch, but Johnston will tag and score from third base. It was in fair territory. If it was in foul ground, Dominguez might have let it drop, but he did make the catch. It plates another
75 and 49 or
49
yeah.
something crazy.
There's a shot deep right field. Going back is Bellinger. He looks up and it is gone. Kyle Stowers has done it again. This time a 3-run shot off the lefty. 6-1 Miami. Marcy looking for his first major league RBI. Rips one deep to center. Grisham going back, turns back, looking up, backhander, off the glove. It hits the wall. Marcy rounding second. He will get his first major league RBI and his first major league triple. 7-3 Miami, the rookie does it again.
Yeah, that's really cool. Obviously, just getting recognized for anything that you do in this game is always really special. I don't take it for granted. Honestly, just kind of more stoked about how we've been playing in all sincerity, and just hope we can keep that going. It feels good to just play winning baseball. What we've done the last couple months, I think, is just kind of take things one day at a time, kind of flush the previous day regardless of whether it was good or bad. And what great teams do is they prepare to win every day. It's not always just about winning, it's preparing to win, and that's what we've done a really good job of, and just kind of responding to the game, and I think that's what we hope to continue to.
On the Marlins Radio Network.
To give you an idea of just how good this baseball team has been, the Marlins haven't lost a series since the 4th of July against the Milwaukee Brewers. It would just be their second series loss since June 20th if they do indeed drop Game 2 here tonight at 6:40. Cal Quantrill will have a big say in that, going opposite a bullpen day. Stephen Okert will open for Joe Espada's Stros. Steven Strom here, Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Ahmed back in the studio holding things down. We'll start here with Cal Quantrill, 30-year-old right-hander who will make his 22nd start of 2025. 4-8, a 4.79 ERA, 97 2/3 innings pitched this season, 77 Ks to 26 walks. He earned the win over St. Louis on Wednesday, allowed 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 punch-outs, 5 shutout. All 3 hits were singles. Cal's put together a really strong stretch over his last 3 starts, 16 innings combined, giving up just 1 run. He's given up 3 runs or less in 15 of his last 16 outings. And most importantly, the Marlins have won 10 of 15 Cal Quantrill starts this season. Career-wise against the Astros, Cal Quantrill, 4 starts, 2 appearances from the pen, 4.38 ERA over 24 2/3 innings pitched. Cal Quantrill will go opposite, a bullpen day, and we did mention this in the open. The Astros pen has a 1.93 ERA over the last 5 games, and on the season, they own a 3.37 team bullpen ERA. That's 4th best in baseball behind the Padres, the Rangers, and the Red Sox. But Joe Espada has elected to go with Stephen Okert, 34-year-old southpaw. This will be his 4th career start / open, first of the season. This year, Okert's been really good. The southpaw has 46 appearances under his name, 1-2, a 2.90 ERA, 49 2/3 innings pitched. Remember, Okert was a former Marlin, played here in 2021, 2022, and 2023, 158 career appearances with the Fish, a 3.51 ERA. He is a 2-pitch guy. His arsenal is a slider and a 4-seamer. He'll throw that slider 56% of the time, that 4-seamer 42% of the time. It is worth noting that as a starter, It is a very small sample size, but Steven Okert has made 3 starts. He's recorded just 5 outs, 4 outs rather, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 home runs. So in 3 starts, he has a 33.75 ERA. Of course, as a reliever, which has been his primary position, 3.59 ERA. And the last time the Marlins faced an opener, you'd have to go back to May 5th. Jack Dreyer started against Miami in an opening role. Cal Quantrill, he will get the ball for Clayton McCullough's Marlins today, trying to bounce back in Game 2. Again, going opposite Steven Okert, expected to pitch just a frame. We'll break. We'll get Jack and Kelly on next. We got storylines. Marlins on Deck continues on the Marlins Radio Network.
Men gone, and the 3-1 pitch. Augustine cranks out to left and deep. He didn't miss a stitch of it. Solo blast for Augustine, number 16 on the year. He got 98 over the heart of the plate and 112 on the way out.
All right, here's the 1-2. I got a question for you guys. That's Rip, left center field and deep. Grisham going back. It's going. It's gone. Goodbye. Agustin Ramirez has hit his second home run of the game in as many at-bats against his former organization, the Yankees. 2 solo shots. Got the Marlins up 2-0.
Why do these wins feel a little bit different against this team in front of this crowd?
I think it's just the atmosphere, for sure. Fans are making it feel like they're really special games, and I mean, we're playing good teams. These are the wins you need to get if you want to be one of those really good teams, and we feel like we are.
We saw 25 runs total yesterday between these two teams. You caught a shutout tonight. What separates Yuri from the rest?
I mean, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he could do. I think if you ask him, he didn't have his best stuff tonight, and that's just like a testament to how good his stuff is. I mean, he's going to compete like no other, and he's going to battle with what he's got, and I mean, he's got some crazy gifts.
What happened with the pitch comm? I saw you guys going back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. He couldn't hear it. It wasn't working. It was only working every few pitches, so we had to figure that out. We were going to have to go old school if we couldn't figure it out.
How do you assess where this team is at right now?
I think we're just taking it day by day. I think everyone in that clubhouse knows how good we can be, and I don't think we're putting too.
Mi AT&T Internet 300 más una línea límite de Starter SL requiere Xfinity Internet. Velocidades reales varían. Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Miami dropped Game 1 last night, 8-2. It was a heck of a weekend. I don't think I'm still over it after taking 3 against the Yankees. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. Cal Quantrill will go opposite, a bullpen day for the Houston Astros. It'll be Steven Okert, the southpaw, former Marlin, getting the nod for the Stros. I wanted to play as we say hello to Kelly and Jack. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Everyone's good. Okay. Hey, Steve. Hi. I wanted to play this sound really quick because I thought it was interesting what Clayton McCullough said this afternoon. What are the challenges to facing a team that decides to go with an opener? Here's what he had to say.
You attack like Okert starting the game. You just like how would you score off of Okert if it was the 7th inning? Like there's no need to get in there and like see pitches to try to drive up pitch count. Whether they have a set determined spot where they're looking to eject him for someone else. I think you treat relievers like relievers, and would go. You try to go score off him in the first inning like you would if he came into another part of the game.
Help me decipher. We'll start with Jack.
The 8-hitter probably doesn't need to be hammering away at Steven Okert. It kind of sort of feels like a wasted time in a game started by an opener, to be totally honest with you. And Clayton makes an interesting point. What separates the first inning from the 7th inning? It's probably just stress level and game state, right? And at the end of the day, Steven Okert could very well be coming into this ballgame in the 7th or 8th to see that pocket of the front third of this lineup. So there's no real difference. It's, hey, you're gearing up for that guy. The big question is, who's the long man? It seems like it's A.J. Blubaugh, who's a top 15 prospect in the Astros organization. That's who I would personally want to gear up for, and it looks like that's the right-hander Blubaugh warming up in the outfield right now, getting some long tossing in. So I'm thinking, who's the guy that's going to handle 4 and 5 after Okert? Okert is going to get you through that tough pocket. The whole essence of the opener is let's negate the idea of a starter that might be the caliber of our other starters. Let's negate the idea of him seeing the toughest part of the lineup for one additional time, and that's exactly how the opener was born.
And the opener situation for Stephen Oker, 3 starts, a 33.75 ERA. He's recorded just 4 outs. Kelly, what'd you take from what Clayton had to say regarding maybe the approach and how it could be different against a guy that is traditionally coming from the bullpen?
The thing that stood out to me the most is, hey, you don't have to see a ton of pitches here. You see your pitch, swing at it. Let's get it done. Just find a way to get on base type of a situation, opposed to what we've heard from Clayton a lot lately when he's talked about, hey, these are some of the best at-bats that we've had. We saw this a lot over the road trip where guys had taken really good, patient, stubborn is a word he used, at-bats against the starters, where they knocked out starters. Milwaukee and in St. Louis after 5 innings and got their pitch count up to 100. So that's not the approach they're going to take against a guy like an Oker. Again, they're going to see their pitch. They're just going to try to get on and just move on from that. But yeah, that's what stood out to me the most. And Oker last time, because I was talking to him before the game, the last time he opened a game was last year.
It was
with
last
Minnesota.
year. Okay.
Yes, was
I
last
remember
year
the
with
Baltimore
Minnesota.
experience with us.
Right, exactly. We and we asked him. We're like, hey, was it with us the last time you opened? He said, no, I opened once last year. So yes, so a guy who's got a little experience doing it in the past, and it'll be an interesting approach. So just probably a guy they're only going to see that first inning.
Well, you know who I wish would see him, and if he does, it's got to be a good first inning, Javier Sanoa. He has forced his way into this lineup, in my opinion. 2 home runs against the Yankees, another one last night, a pinch hitting situation. Kelly, how has he left his footprints as far as an impact is concerned?
I mean, we can go in so many different directions with this. Number one, this is a guy that you trust anywhere on the field. This is the guy who's probably their emergency catcher. This is a guy who could basically do anything and do it above average. And then you've got the personality aspect of it, right? Such a spark plug, plays with so much energy. You'd love to see him in there. I asked him the other day in the clubhouse just where that comes from. And he just says, it's just part of who he is. He wants to be the person who's always lifting up his teammates. He wants to be the person who's always bringing that good vibes, the positivity, and just trying to get the best out of people. And I think he's done just that.
Clayton McCullough has been peppered by Javier Sanoa questions the last guy. He's like, this guy's a utility. You know what? He's playing his way into this lineup. He will bat 9th and play 3rd. Cal Quantrill. It's always a good day when Cal's on the bump, Jack. What about the Arsenal has stood out to you over the last 3 starts? 16 innings, allowing just 1 run.
Yeah, we got to decide. Is he clinical? Is he surgical? We've got so many options. But with Quantrill, honestly, it's the cutter. Like, it all stems from the cutter for me. Opponents are hitting under 200 against the cutter in the month of July. So what happens with that cut fastball? Well, it opens up a lane for his splitter to be really good. What was the conversation about Cal? First 6 starts, this guy had an ERA over 8. It was too many splitters. It's like, dude, you're not throwing in Denver anymore. All of a sudden, he reacclimates. He starts to introduce that cutter to his arsenal just a little bit more. And instead of the splitter being his majority pitch, the splitter just becomes his go-to out pitch that you can cover a little bit. If you hide your best pitch, it's going to be better. You never see Brian Abreu last night, right? One of the best relievers in Major League Baseball. One of the best sliders in Major League Baseball. He doesn't throw it 80% of the time. He throws it 55% of the time. And the 45% fastball is enough to get people off of his sliders. So Cal has enough offerings to get people off of his splitter, and it's the guessing game that he's just winning at right now.
You know what I love about Cal? When Cal starts, the Marlins win. 10 of the 15 starts, Miami has came away with a victory. So Cal will go opposite. Stephen Oker, who again will open for Houston. Do you have something to say, Jack?
Yeah, you know what we call those, right?
No.
Good starts.
Good starts. Good starts. We will break. We'll get a good Expo question. We'll get Steve's guarantee, and then we'll play some baseball right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
In the 6th inning. There's a shot to right center field and deep. That'll hit the wall on a bounce or 2. Going to second is Marcy. That's his first Major League hit. Jacob Marcy, a double in the 7th inning.
1-0 pitch. That one a ground ball through the right side. That's a base hit. They're going to send Sanoa. That got under Caballero's glove. Marcy around 3rd. He comes in to tie the game. And X, the possible winning run, is at 3rd base.
Wildest games of the year for the Miami Marlins. First and third, Edwards is going line drive. That is a base hit. Marlins take the lead. Edwards around second, go to third. Ramirez with an RBI single. 10-9 Miami.
This is absolutely insane, man. 111 off the bat. Augustino Ramirez stings it into left. In one-hop Dominguez. David Bednar hates this place. 2-1. Ramirez with a little dribbler right in front of the plate. Catcher Wells picks it up. X comes in and scores from third. In the craziest game of the year, it's a swinging bunt from the former Yankee prospect, Agustin Ramirez, to walk it off. Speed Demon X comes in from third. This game is over, and this team is electric.
Any other offers, promotions, or discounts not valid on gift card purchases. No adjustments on previous purchases. Offer only valid on qualifying purchases at the participating Cuba Vera stores at Dolphin Mall, Sawgrass Mills, or online at cubavera.com. This offer is valid until September 1st, 2025. Other exclusions may apply.
National anthem being played right now via saxophone. It is beautiful here. Lone Depot Park is our location for Game 2 of this 3-game set. The middle game, Marlins looking to bounce back after an 8-2 loss to the Astros. Miami 55-56, looking to get back to 500. Cal Quantrill will go opposite Steven Okert, who will open for the Houston Astros today. Hello, everyone. Steven Strom, thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you, Javier Sanoja. Good bites from Clayton McCullough. Awesome show. And also, we always thank the great Ahmed Jordan back in studio, Kelly Sacco, Jack McMullen jumping on for segment 4. Let's get to our Expo question today. So we talked about Javier Sanoja and Jose Altuve. What former Marlin back in 2020, played here from 2020 to 2022, played for the Fish that is also from Maracay, Venezuela? I hope that I'm saying that correctly. At Marlins Radio, make sure to vote. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up. Let's play some ball. First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
I got a bullish Steve guarantee, but I'm going to give you my honest one. My honest one is I think the Marlins here tonight, I guarantee it, score in the first inning. Steven Okert, we had mentioned it, he just struggles. There's certain things in baseball, like, I don't know, certain locations, certain players, certain there's just weird stuff happens with baseball. This might be one of them for Steven Okert. 3 starts, he's recorded just 4 outs, 8 hits, 5 runs. Guy's a 33 ERA. Again, it's only 3 opens for Steven Okert, but I like the Marlins to play to run here. My bullish Steve's guarantee is Augustine Ramirez hits a home run. Dude was hitting moonshots in batting practice. I think this is a good matchup. He can catch a slider. This is a guy in Steven Okert. He's going to throw you 2 pitches. He's going to throw you a slider at 56% of the time. He's going to throw you a 4-seamer at 42% of the time. Guess on one of them, and you'll have success. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints a picture. Kelly Sacco, she's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.
I'm still